welcome back to my channel. And welcome to the Finnish winter. The thing I'm going to build today is a traditional Finnish snow lantern. I will make it in clay and, of course, a smaller size than the real one. You probably have seen these, or maybe even built them yourself, but this is a traditional one and you can see them almost in every garden in wintertime in Finland. The clay I use today is a stoneware clay, but you can probably also use air dry clay, because then you don't need to burn it in a kiln. The first thing I do is make 2 coils, and I cut the ends because I don't want any air bubbles in the small snowballs that we could call them. And then I of course have to cut them into pieces and roll them. I need about 9 or 10 for the base, and then of course I can have the same amount for the second layer, but a little bit smaller, and so on. So the first thing I do is start rolling all of these small pieces into small snowballs, and after that it's time to arrange them. And remember, if you use stoneware clay or any other clay that you should burn in the kiln, make it a little bit bigger than you think, because the clay will shrink. If you use air dry clay, it will not shrink that much. The stoneware clay is really good because I can actually use this outside in the snow if I want to, because it will not change or break. When I have arranged them all, it's time to start attaching them to each other. So I need some slip and of course on every ball, so they stick to each other. The base layer is really easy because you don't need to think about anything else than just attach them to each other. And then with a wooden tool, I take away some of the extra slip so that the light will shine through. The second layer is a little bit more tricky because you need to put slip underneath the balls and also, of course, on the sides. I will only make this 3 snowballs high. But of course, if you have stoneware clay, you could even cover it up all the way with a snowball on top. But remember, it will get really hot if you use a real candle. If you have some other clays, don't do it. And you could of course make an even bigger snow lantern if you want to use it outside. But remember then, you need to make the balls hollow. And the easiest way is to pinch some round balls, cut them into 2, and use the separate halves to build that snow lantern. That way you don't need to make an enormous amount of snowballs. Now, as you can see, my snow lantern is almost finished. What I need now is about 2 weeks of drying, a bisque fire, and after that, if I need it, I will glaze it white. This is now my finished snow lantern. A small tealight, and as you can see we have snow outside, and my lantern. I hope you got some inspiration. It's really easy to make these. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again on my channel. Bye bye.